back to my channel. My name's Enola, and if you've been here before, then welcome back, and if you are new, then hello, welcome. I talk mainly about musical theatre and all things stagey and everything industry related, but also I have a lot of lifestyle videos and a bit of a deep meaningful chat here and there. So if that sounds like a mixture that you want to watch, then stick around and don't forget to hit subscribe on my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and also drop a comment below. I love to hear from people. So I just thought I would come and do a video today because of course we've just entered a new year, and 2020 to say the least has been absolutely crazy, mental. I feel like if you think about it too hard, it's just like really overwhelming. And so I want to start off by saying I don't want to be doing like a cliche new year, new me sort of thing, because that's not the kind of mantra I'm going for this time round. I feel like every year it gets to the point where people make New Year's resolutions, do a similar thing, and it's all very expected. But I feel like after the year that we've had, my perspective personally has changed. But I also want to kind of show you guys what you could be doing to utilise your time in 2021 and really make the best out of the year following a global pandemic that is still actually happening right now. So I made a little list today in my new book that has an E for Enola on there. And I'm going to try and follow this list because I end up rambling quite a lot. So I feel like when people say new year, new me, it's sometimes could be seen as like a negative thing. And I feel like you should never be a new you. I think what should happen is you should go into a new year but be the same you, but always be learning and growing. So if I can give any advice to anyone for 2021, it would be to remain who you are, never change who you are inside, but just always allow yourself to grow and sort of learn new things and never stop exploring, never stop adventuring, never stop growing. Will always be your authentic self. That's my first thing that I would say is a genuine great starting point for making 2021 the best year for yourself yet. I always get to this point and I'm like, I need a new this, I need to change this. And I think I kind of end up picking myself apart and trying to put myself back together in like a new light. But this year I've decided to just stay true to myself, be exactly who I am because that's me, but always be learning, always be growing, always be aiming higher, always be looking for new opportunities and just ways to better myself basically. If 2020 taught me anything, it was to know my self-worth, know exactly who I am, and that all the small things matter, and that just basically perseverance and just making the best of bad situations and really trying to like use my time wisely because we have limited time on this planet. I think also it always gets to this point of the year and we always wait for this moment to kind of make a change, to crack on with something, because that's what we've been conditioned to believe, that a new year is when you should aim to do all these things. But actually every second, every minute, every day is always a new opportunity. So you should never really wait until specific calendar months or starts of the year and stuff. But at the same time, I do get why people do that, because it's kind of like to help you keep more organized in your brain so you know when to start something new. But if I found anything, I find that there's never a right time to start something. You should just start. Don't wait, just literally think, right, this is an idea that I want to do, I'm going to start. Even if it's just making a very small start, I do feel like if I can give any other advice about starting projects, it would be to just pick any day, any time, and just start. Just do it, just go for it. So another way to make 2021 your year is, I think, just to be a bit clearer with your intentions that you are gonna set for yourself for the year. I feel like a really good way to do this is to set goals, whether that's in a journal, on a calendar, or whether you make yourself a vision board, whatever works best for you. So for me personally, sometimes I do like to make vision boards. I used to actually make physical vision boards and put them up, but nowadays I just like make a computer screen background or a phone background and have that, so it's kind of always in my subconscious. I also like to write things in a diary or a journal so that I always check it and see what I'm doing and like give myself like deadlines and things like that. But on the flip side of that, don't be too hard on yourself either, because I feel like if you set loads of things, loads of goals for the year, then you're going to be disappointed if you don't always hit those goals, if that makes sense. So I think for 2021, just make sure that you set yourself like a couple, just a handful of really clear goals, realistic goals that you think you can definitely achieve within a time frame that you set for yourself. Be clear and be true to what you want to achieve. On that kind of vibe, I'll tell you what I'm kind of hoping to achieve this year. So firstly, if I rewind to 2020, I said that I wanted to do like a number of things and I never ended up doing any of them, and I'm really kind of disappointed in myself for that, because I said I wanted to do tap dancing classes and get back into tap. I can safely say I did not do one single tap class, and we had lockdown as well. I got so bogged down with doing loads of other things last year because obviously the world turned upside down. Hamilton quote. this year I've decided to fully invest in learning an instrument. Now I used to play an instrument when I was back in primary school, secondary school. I played the flute, but I quit that because I couldn't sing at the same time. So I have a ukulele. So it's only a little beginner's one because I'm just starting off as a beginner. I actually sat down for the first time yesterday and started to play the ukulele. To be honest, like considering that I'd never picked up a string instrument before and actually tried to play it properly, I did pretty well. I mean, I still don't know how to hold my fingers on the chords, like my hand literally looks like a demented claw, but over time that's gonna be okay, it's gonna be fine. Another one is to get a whole revamp of things to do with the industry that I'm in, which took a massive hit last year, which was not good at all. So it's been such a shame that theatres closed down, opportunities were very limited, the arts in general just took a huge hit and it was devastating. You know, jobs got cancelled left, right and centre. I had so many gigs, panto, events that I was booked in for that I just couldn't do, and it was horrible, I'm not gonna lie, it was devastating. So this year we don't know what's gonna happen in terms of the pandemic. We can only hope that things are gonna reopen and the opportunities are gonna be reinstated. I'm gonna make sure that I revamp myself in the industry. So I am booking in to have new show reel, new headshots. It's just waiting for the time that we can do that, but that's something I'm definitely setting for myself. Another thing is to keep fit and just to keep the fitness thing going that I started last year. I'm really bad at doing like general exercise. I love dancing, I love everything performing, but when it's general exercise I used to struggle. But last year I managed to do a lot more than I normally would, and I'd like to keep that up. So we have a gym in our house now. Obviously it's just like a small room that we've turned into a little gym, but it's a start. So if 2020 taught me anything as well, it's actually how precious life is and how we sometimes forget about the small things. What I can say to you as well to make this year the best for yourself is to celebrate all the small wins. Like, don't just wait to celebrate that big thing in your life. Like, make sure that if you do anything and achieve anything on a daily basis, whether it's just making your bed in the morning, which I know is a cliche thing to say, but or just like, I don't know, doing some exercise that day, celebrate those small little wins. Last year made me realise, you know, how important it is to stay in touch with family very often and friends, and just to be kind and like do nice gestures for the people that you love. Just notice all the small things that people do for you as well, and you know, not to take anything for granted, even things like toilet roll. Like, don't take that for granted. You never know when that day comes when there's just none on the shelf for weeks, and pretty devastating. Life is precious and we should definitely make the most of every single day. Another piece of advice I'd probably give as well is to not waste any time. And the whole thing about just starting right now, you know? I mean, some people don't work like that, but this is just my personal advice that I'm offering. I just feel like try not to waste time. Last year has flown by. Like, don't put things off. Try and do things with the time that you have right now. So obviously if things are closed or you can't access things right now, try and do something that will help, like little baby steps towards when things are open again. You can do that thing, like put other things in place and focus on what you can do right now. I just think realistically, doing as much as you can and as much as you want to do within the year. Like, don't put things on the back burner. Just find that time, create that time and use that time. Another thing that I feel very strongly about this year, and I can only advise to you guys as well, is to know your self-worth and set boundaries for yourself. Pandemic brought out a lot of positives, but it was also a bit of a negative time here, there and everywhere as well, and you really did find out who was there for you, who your true friends were, you know, family members, everything. So I just feel like making things clear this year with who you want in your space. You want genuine people that really care for you, people that bring you up, not down. That's what you definitely want in your life this year. So make sure that you surround yourself with positivity and people that are rooting for you, not people that are rooting for you to fail. You are responsible for letting other people know how they can treat you. I also think going forward this year, it would be really good if people had social media breaks as well. I feel like being at home last year and just like everything becoming like an online thing, I mean, it's so great and so positive in many ways. You know, it can help promote businesses and the business side of thing, amazing. But the personal side of thing, I think reducing screen time is such a good thing. You know, going out and being in nature and having a walk, just switching off for a bit, having some zen, reading books, or just having some self-care, whatever works for you. And I feel like mental health is such a priority, especially for this year. Definitely schedule in screen break times and social media break times, because I feel like that would be nothing but beneficial. I'm definitely going to reduce my screen time. I'm not going to look at my phone first thing in the morning or last thing at night. I think I'm definitely going to find time to switch off. And just a few more things, I would say wake up and set your intentions for the day every single day, whether that's just go and making your favourite cup of coffee, tea, hot chocolate, whatever to start your day off. Get out of bed and smile, do some affirmations, think a positive thought, look at a positive quote, something that's just going to set your day off nice and positively. I feel like if we did that every single day, I know that we're going to have ups and downs throughout the year, but even if you just manage to do like a tiny positive thing, it really will help your mindset. I definitely hope all you guys literally achieve everything that you want to in life this year. I'm sending all my positive vibes to you through the screen. That was just a little video with a few tips and tricks on how to make the year the best that you can and what I'm doing to make mine the best that I can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. Stick around till the end of this video if you want to click on any of my other videos. And yeah, have a great 2021 and I'll see you very soon. Bye!